PNP President and Opposition Leader Mark Goldin had a serious disagreement with the Speaker of the House, Marissa Dalrymple, on Tuesday in relation to the seating arrangements for Member of Parliament George Wright. Based on discussions that occurred in the Parliament on Tuesday, June 15th, it seems there was an attempt by the opposition to change the seating arrangements for George Wright. They are trying to move him out of the opposition front benches. On Tuesday, Dr. Maurice Guy, who is the Member of Parliament for Central St. Mary, mentioned that his seating arrangements were changed and he was told to occupy the chair on which Member of Parliament George Wright sat last week. The seating arrangements for Westmoreland Central Member of Parliament George Wright, who is a former JLP member, has created a lot of controversy and issues between the Speaker of the House, Marissa Dalrymple Filbert, and Opposition Leader Mark Goldin. The Speaker of the House is of the opinion that Wright, who is a minority Member of Parliament, belongs on the opposition benches, considering that he no longer sits with the government. Mrs. Dalrymple Filbert said that the issue about the seating arrangement for Wright is not contentious nor controversial. The People's National Party's president and leader of the opposition, Mark Goldin, did not share the Speaker of the House's point of view in relation to the seating arrangement for Member of Parliament George Wright. According to Mark Goldin, as far as he is concerned, this issue is a contentious matter because the circumstances under which a member from that side is now being asked to sit on this side is a matter that they take very seriously. Mrs. Dalrymple Filbert responded by saying that across the Commonwealth, if a Member of Parliament is no longer a member of the government, that person will sit on the opposition benches. She said that it is not contentious nor controversial. She said that if this is a contentious matter, it is only in the mind of the opposition leader, Mark Goldin. Goldin responded by saying it is not contentious in his mind alone. He says it is contentious in many minds on the opposition side. Goldin went on to further emphasize that the question of whether a Member of Parliament chooses to support the Prime Minister and votes with the governing Jamaica Labour Party administration or not is a real issue. He further said that there was no reason for him to suspect that the Westmoreland Central Member of Parliament had changed his position in relation to his support for government policies and programs. He said that under our constitutional arrangement, it does not matter whether you are JLP or PNP or any other party. What matters is whether you support the government's principles, policies, and programs. And if you choose to vote with the Prime Minister on these matters, that's what makes you a government Member of Parliament. Wright returned last week from leave that he had received from the House and greeted persons in the House briefly and sat beside Phillips, who is the Member of Parliament for Manchester North West. George Wright's return to the House of Parliament last week was before his leave of absence had expired. It seems to have been an attempt to reseat Wright from the opposition from benches when St. Mary Central Member of Parliament Dr. Maurice Guy made an announcement that his seating arrangements had changed and he was now occupying the chair on which George Wright sat briefly last week. Tuesday's parliamentary session, opposition spokesperson on health Dr. Maurice Guy attempted to pose questions to the current Minister of Health and Wellness, Tufton, and later sought permission from Mrs. Dalrymple Filbert to speak from a seat that was not his. This created an atmosphere of laughter and ridicule from the government members. Leader of opposition business in the House, Anthony Hilton, had engaged his government counterpart, Edmund Bartlett and the Speaker to change the seating arrangement to accommodate Morris Guy. In response to the issue, the Speaker said that she had no objection to the seating arrangements. In describing George Wright as a minority member of Parliament, the Speaker of the House mentioned that because he took the seat last Tuesday, she would invite a discussion with the opposition and the Member of Parliament. She further went on to say that you simply cannot, since the seat was vacant up until last week when a Member of Parliament took the seat, just displace the person who sat there. For a man who was absent from the House on Tuesday, a lot of issues presented themselves in relation to his seating arrangements. Government and opposition legislators engaged in a testy exchange over the seating arrangements for George Wright. It seems the opposition took advantage of the opportunity to replace the seating for George Wright with that of Dr. Morris Guy. According to Anthony Hilton, who is the leader of opposition business, he was taken aback and very surprised at the seating arrangement that was made for George Wright last week. He said that he did not purposely leave any seat vacant, and certainly not on the front bench of the opposition side. He agreed that a discussion was necessary, so he will take on same to ensure that there was a speedy resolution to the matter. Edmund Bartlett agreed with the Speaker that it should not be a contentious issue, but a procedural matter. He also suggested that Dr. Guy ask for permission to speak from the seat that he was now sitting in until the situation was regularized. Mark Golding said he was encouraging those discussions to take place and that they be brought to a speedy resolution so that all persons on both sides can be in agreement. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know what are your opinions on the matter of the seating arrangements that were made for George Wright last week and the opposition attempting to change those seating arrangements by putting Dr. Morris Guy in that very seat that was set aside for George Wright. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.